I tried to do something a little bit easier today. What's that? Can you hear me? Okay, I'm having lots of difficulties today. I know I can. Can you hear me? Cool. Yeah, I made a mess of things today. It's going to take me a little while to get things organized. Everything's manual. I can have some technical glitches. You have what? Oh no. No, I do. I don't know how I'm gonna get it in so quickly. Did you send it to me? It's okay. What's that? I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, try that again. You're kind of sounding a little muffled. Yeah, I'll bring it down. I'm trying to turn it down so that you don't hear if it's the plays. Who's the name that's locked? Okay, I think I got it in. Okay. Minute and 20 seconds. What's that? Oh. I think your hair looks great. Okay, I gotta figure out how to do this. That. Nope, we're going live. I think we're going live. Hello. A lot of technical difficulties today. Let me turn off the music. Here we go. Okay, music's gone. Thank you. I tried to do something today to make my life a lot easier, but instead it became a domino effect. And the whole thing just went kaplooey. And I'm lucky we even got on today. That's what I got to say. Lucky I got on. I've got something I want to talk about just for a minute, and maybe Dr. Fee can shed some light on this. So when my gym closed, I got very concerned about how am I going to stay in shape. I mean, I use all these machines, and I do strength training and cardio, and I was very, very concerned. So I started my own regimen. Take one of these off. I started my own regimen and kind of like kept on amping it up. And I have 3 really good friends who are trainers at my gym. There's Rosemary, there's Karina, and there's Rosemary, Karina, and Maria. Can't forget Maria. And they've all been very helpful to me. And they said some funny things to me, but they kind of like put me a little bit on a regimen. And I changed up my exercise, and I don't have the machinery I had that I was using at the gym. Yet, I'm getting into much better shape now than I was when I went to the gym. So, I've had people coming up to me, well, not live all the time, or social distance, or they'll see me on the screen and they go, either I get everything from, you look buff, to, are you sick? And I haven't lost any weight. That's the thing. I haven't lost a pound. But I guess the regimen that they put me on, and it's not just the exercise. It's the exercise, and it's also the eating. And stretching, because stretching is a form of exercise. And so what's happened is I'm fitting into clothes that I'm like 10, 15 pounds lighter than I actually am. But I'm like still weighing in at like between 175 and 180. Dr. V. Shed some light on this for me. But I have. But I didn't lose any weight. Yet I'm fitting to things a lot smaller, and I was exercising a lot before this. What is it that? Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Like I'm fitting to clothes actually 10 to 15 pounds lighter. And I don't know, I think I fluctuate the same way, 175, 180. It's really weird. Yeah, I'm very happy about it. But just so everybody knows, I am not sick. It's all good. No, I just wish that I'd test positive on the antibody test. It is. And here's the funny thing, they have me eating more carbs. I was eating very little carbs before I started doing this. And I'm having rice and I'm having potatoes, along with, obviously I have a lot of vegetables. I've been eating more protein. Um, but I watch what I eat more, I guess, when I eat. And you have more control of it when you're at home, I'm going to say. And here's the interesting thing. So a few years ago, I was going a lot for dinner. We were having drinks. And I blew up to 207 pounds, which is historic for me. Like, I've never been that heavy. So in January of 2019, I said, that's it. I can't move. I can't bend. My hips are bothering me. My knees are bothering me. And I was still exercising. So from January 2019 to January 2020, I went from 207 to 180. But then as of, I guess, I started probably like middle or end of February is when the gyms started to close down, or like end of February, beginning of March. And that's when that all changed, and I really haven't lost any weight. It's the weirdest thing. So anyway, I'm telling you, do the right kind of exercise, eat the right kind of food at the right time of day, and this will happen to you. It's not brain surgery. So I think you're right. Yeah. You know, actually, I hate to admit it, but once a week, I'll buy like a pint of Ben and Jerry's, and I eat the whole pint in one sitting. And that's like followed by like some really horrible food. So like on Saturday night, I'll order in a pizza and I'll eat the whole pizza. Or I'll order in Chinese food. I mean, the worst, most disgusting Chinese food you could get, and I'll eat all of it, and then I'll have the pint of ice cream. And then Sunday morning, it's like the worst hangover. It's awful. I just can't deal with it. But anyway, so that's the deal. Anyway, Dr. V, I am glad you're here. We don't have a guest tonight, but you and I decided we would chat for a little while. So, what's new this week? What do you think about all this? What do you even think? Let's start with what you think about the governor says is okay. Do you even agree with that? But do you think any death, like we're playing like Russian roulette, don't you think? Right. Right. Are you ready to send your kids to summer camp? Really? Oh well. Okay. Really? So you're comfortable with that? Wow. I'm actually a little surprised that you were like okay with that. What about sleepaway camp? Right. Little kids tend to touch their face, they lick their hands, and now they're playing softball, frisbee. They're using different sports items. They're putting their hands on it. Does that concern you? I read an article yesterday. Um, I think it was an NPR article, and it talked about the 10, 10 different things you do and the risk involved. What do you think was one of the highest risks? No. What do you think one of the highest risk things that people could do? Like, I'm going to narrow it down. It's in the consumer world. It's going to be hard for you to guess. Concert was definitely up there. Yep. Hair salons. They said that this article put it at a very high risk because there's no way for you to get social distance from a stylist. And they did right. And they did say, for everything and its risk factor, they also talked about mitigating the risk. And they did talk about mitigating the risk with masks and the shields and all that, but they still felt that was a high risk. Concerts were also a high risk. Swimming pools, not a high risk, which I thought that was kind of interesting. I guess. What about a saltwater pool? Yeah, yeah. Okay, so what other? I rudely interrupted you. What other information do you have today? Really? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah, I realized that I'm giving up some of my rights, but I wear my mask as much as possible when I'm out in public because I don't know that I have it or anything, but I don't want to take a chance of infecting somebody else. Although sometimes when I'm out running, I forget to put my mask on, but I'm so far away from other people. The closest I get is maybe 15 feet that I'm not too concerned about it. Yeah. So you're okay with a lot of people congregating at beaches on Long Island? Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. Like originally I would have declined invitations to barbecues and things. I don't think I'll decline them, although it's important to think through what you do at a barbecue. Who's cooking? What are they cooking it on? How are you receiving the food? Are you using your utensils? Are you using their utensils? Are you taking the food yourself off the plate? From what I understand, the best thing to do if someone's grilling on a barbecue, they go from the barbecue right onto your plate and don't eat. Yeah, but there's so much to think about. We're gonna have to retrain ourselves. Yeah, yeah. Bring your pre-roll. I've even heard bring your own utensils. What do you think about that? What else is going on? Yes, yes, which we kind of knew, but I guess they had to go through the trials. You know. Let's talk about a little bit about COVID and your specialty, which is plastic surgery. What's the latest in that world? Yay. Yay. Um, the last time I came into your office for my Botox injection, um, it wasn't a Botox injection. This is beyond help. This thing right here. But I came to your office and you gave me an antibody test, and I remember wearing my gloves, and you said to me, "Don't wear your gloves." Almost like, oh my God, how plebeian. Can you explain that? Right. So now I have these two big boxes of gloves that hold 150 gloves each that I don't use anymore. Although I do use them once a week. And tell me, agree or disagree. See, I just touched my face. When I go shopping, I do my shopping once a week. I go on Friday mornings. I go early in the morning. I go at like 6. I start at 6 a.m. because I want to beat all the crowds and I want to get it over with. I wear my gloves when I go shopping. And then I come home, I take the gloves off immediately and throw them away. What do you think? Yes or no? Shut up, Dr. V. You're right. So I Purell my gloves before I get in the car. Is that dumb? Yeah. Yeah. So you're saying even dump the gloves for shopping because there's so many things that we don't think about, so many details we don't think about where we could transfer the virus. Interesting. Yeah. Back Oh, so you put your cloth bags into a washing machine. Oh, interesting. I just let them sit somewhere for like a few days. Is that as good or no? Gotcha. How do you clean all the food that you bring home? Because I have like this. You don't? You don't clean the bags and stuff? Aren't you concerned? But aren't you like you buy a bag of chips or you buy, cans, some canned goods. You buy meat and they're in packages. What do? You don't clean them? Why? Okay, I'm going to admit something very embarrassing then. When I get home with all my bags, my groceries, first I take out the stuff that has to go in the freezer or the refrigerator. If they're plastic, like I buy frozen vegetables or something, I literally scrub them with soap and water. The cans, scrub them too. Then certain items where, like, if I buy blueberries, they have those little holes in them. That also I'll wipe down with the Clorox disinfectant wipe. Am I being an idiot? I mean, I even put them. I even put them on my drying thing and let them sit there. And like I'm not. I mean, I'm clean, but I'm not obsessively clean. But with that, I thought I got like I guess from watching all the news and everything, I got scared, and so I guess I had to wash everything. So in other words, I can just take those frozen string beans and just throw them right in the freezer. I've been wasting so much time. Well, no, you didn't. It actually made it better because let me tell you what my Friday mornings are like: mask, gloves, store. I go inside. There's all these old people walking around, and me, right? But I meet the criteria to be able to go to the store. I'm just in Yiddish. You call like old people that just kind of like shuffle. We call them alta kakas. So there's all these alta kakas just shuffling around the store, and I'm like, I'm going back and forth. I get my stuff, but I've got my glove on, my mask on. I'll walk around people. Now I get home, and now I don't know what to do. Do I take my stuff out of the bags first? Do I wash my hands first? Oh no, I touch the handle of the faucet. What do I do? But I take everything out. I wash it. I clean it. Some stuff I dry. I throw it in the freezer, throw it in the refrigerator. Then I take all my clothes off and I wash them. And then I take a shower. Am I being a little bit too overcautious? Okay, tell me where the line is because I would like to save some time because it gets, quite frankly, it's a little bit of a chore on Fridays. Right. Is this okay? That's what I was going to ask you, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Is this your personal feeling or based on research or both? Within how long? Yeah. I, I did the same thing. I'm not going to leave them outside, especially if it's going to rain. Yeah, it's seriously. I just I bring it inside, I put it down in a corner, and I wash my hands, and that's it. So, I think you have some MythBuster stuff today, don't you? Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can bring that in. And here we go. Can you see that? Right. Wait. Right. Okay. And I do wear a mask. Actually, last week I went to walk in somewhere, and before it was my bank, and the banker said to me, "Hold on, let me see if I can get us back together here." He said, "You're not wearing your mask." I had to run back to my car. I actually forgot to put my mask on, and so I ran back to my car, put my mask on. I just wish there was a mask that was readily available that everybody could wear that protects us, not just protects others. It would just make me feel more comfortable for those people who are not considerate about wearing a mask. Right. Oh, that's good. But that ought to be stated. Nobody ever states that. All they state is you wear that mask to protect others. I would like to know that it does protect me a little bit. I didn't know that. There you go. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to the video. Do you see it? So do you think it's actually higher? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where people get that information from. Did you see those people in Comac? We'll continue this off the air. Yeah. Right. What's next? What about Georgia? Yeah. Right, and it doesn't mean that they're not going to get a surge. Right. So, anything else that you want to report on today? Is that it? Well, you've done a fantastic job as usual. I'm very much looking forward to having a real barbecue with you. So, and we'll see you back next week. I'm working on lining up a lot of guests. Unfortunately, I was remiss this week and I didn't do a good job. But I do apologize. But we did get Dr. V for like half an hour, which is like, what does she charge an hour? Certainly I can't afford her. Anyway, we will see everybody next week. Have a good week.